my name is Erin from Juniper and Oaks. I'm a crochet pattern designer. I like to use interesting stitches in my crochet patterns to bring you home decor items that you can crochet for around your home, like pillows and blankets, baskets, things like that. I am here to talk to you about the Rainbow Hope pillow, or basically it's a granny circle square pattern that you can make into a pillow pattern. I am really excited to teach you how to make this granny circle square. Is how you say it. It's a granny circle and we're going to make it into a square. And I used it in the Crochet Foundry magazine in the summer issue in 2023. Before I talk much more about it, would you please subscribe to my YouTube channel? I'd love for you to be part of my crochet community on here. I post all sorts of yarn related content. Hit that little bell so you're notified of my next little video that I come out with. And please go ahead and like this video so more people can find it. Comment below with whether or not you've ever made a granny circle square, or if you're here just to learn how to do it. I would also love to know what colors are you using. I am using rainbow colors in my pattern, and you can make yours up in rainbow patterns too, or you can make yours monochrome, whatever you would like it to look like. Let me know in the comments below what you're going to try today. So speaking of yarn colors, the yarn that I am using is Wander acrylic yarn from Furls Fiber Arts. This yarn was provided for me for use in the Crochet Foundry magazine. This Wander acrylic yarn is 100% acrylic yarn. It's worsted weight, a 4 medium weight yarn. This yarn comes in all sorts of colors, and they're usually bright, vibrant. The yarn is soft and shiny. I just like using this yarn. I have a lot of other patterns that I've made using this yarn, and I do recommend it. It's a nice premium acrylic yarn. I'm going to be using rainbow colors such as this Enchanted for my purple, and then I'll have 6 colors total. The hook that I'm using is another one from Furls Crochet, Furls Fiber Art. It was provided to me for the use in the magazine. This is an I hook, size I, a 5.5 millimeter hook. And this is of their Candy Shop line. Look at this beautiful purple. So each size hook has its own color that goes with it, and I love this purple, and it's so fun that it kind of matches this Enchanted color here. You could work your sample square in any colors that you want using any weight, but this is what I used to make my Rainbow Hope pillow. So if you want to do that, follow along with me, or just use whatever yarn and hook that you would like. To start our circle, we are going to make a magic ring or magic circle using color A. My color A is this fun blue color. It's called Caspian. Okay, after we made our magic circle, you're going to chain 3. That chain 3 counts as a double crochet. And now you're going to work 11 more double crochets in the magic circle. So in the end, we'll have the chain 3 and 11 double crochets, or you can just consider it 12 double crochets. After you've got your 12 stitches, including your chain 3, you're going to make a slip stitch on the top of that chain 3 to join. Okay, then you're going to fasten off. We're going to be fastening off after every round, except after round 6. Round 6, for the Rainbow Hope pillow, you will just continue on using your 6th color. Anyway, so for these first ones, we're making our rainbow circle, and we're going to be fastening off at the end of each round. Okay, we are done with our color A, and that was Caspian. Now we are going to use color B, which is this fun darling color. It's this pink darling. I'm going to attach my yarn in between any double crochet stitch. Not in the double crochet stitch, but between the posts here. I'm going to grab my yarn and then just chain 3. Okay, that chain 3 counts as a double crochet stitch. And now I'm going to kind of work over my end, but in between, in that same in between space, I'm going to work another double crochet. So that chain 3 counted as a double crochet, so that's why I said another. And then, so we have our chain 3 and a double crochet. In between the next double crochet stitch, we're going to work similarly 2 double crochets in between that stitch. Okay, and then in between the next set of double crochets, do 2 double crochet stitches. And you're going to work that all the way around. At the end of round 2, you will have 24 double crochet stitches, or 12 2 double crochet clusters, as I like to call it. So we're working clusters, and these clusters in this round, there's 2 double crochets per cluster. And you will have 12 clusters at the end of round 2. Continue working around. When you are finished making that last double crochet cluster, you will make a slip stitch to the top of your chain 3 and fasten off. Okay, and that's how it looks so far. Next, we're going to grab color 3, color C, whatever we're, I might be mixing up my thing. You're going to grab your 3rd color, and in between any of those clusters, not in between the cluster, not in the cluster, make sure you're kind of going in between. So we'll start right here. See, you have your V here from that cluster. You're going to go beside that and go between those clusters, okay? In between 2 different clusters, we're going to do similar to how we did, chain 3. And then this round, instead of doing 2 double crochets per cluster, we're doing 3 double crochets per cluster. That chain 3 counts as a double crochet, and we're going to work 2 more. So each cluster is a 3 double crochet cluster this time. Okay, we're not going to work in between here because that's our 2 double crochet cluster. We're gonna kind of skip over that and work in between those clusters. And 3 double crochets in this round. 3 double crochets per cluster in this round for round 3. Round 1 had 1 double crochet clusters. Round 2 has 2 double crochet clusters. How many rounds do you think round 4 will have? You just have to wait and see. All right, I'll meet you for the next round. Okay, at the end of round 3, you will have 12 3 double crochet clusters. When you're done, you will make a slip stitch to the top of that chain 3 and fasten off. I've already fastened off and forgot to press record, so that's why that's like that. But you would fasten off your 3rd color. For me, it's Sprout, and then you're ready to attach color 4 for your 4th row. The color I'm using is Atlantis. It's got this tealy color, turquoise. I'm not sure what the difference between teal and turquoise is. Sorry. Oops. I've never known. You're going to attach and do your chain 3 to start out round 4. If you've guessed it, you may have guessed it, we're going to do 4 double crochet clusters now. A set of 4 double crochets in each cluster. That chain 3 again counts as a double crochet. And then you're going to move on to the next cluster space and do 4 double crochets in each space. At the end of this round, you will have 12 4 double crochet clusters. Each cluster is a set of 4 double crochets in this round. Now will the next round have 5 double crochet clusters? I don't know, you'll just have to wait, okay? I'll meet you over there. Here we are. We've got our 12th cluster here. We're at the end, and now we can slip stitch to the top of that chain 3, and we can fasten off our color. We can fasten off, and then we are ready for our final color. Not our final color, but our final rainbow color here, which is the Enchanted, or purple. Very similar fashion in between any cluster. Attach your yarn to a chain 3. And this time we're back to doing 3 double crochet clusters. So you did your chain 3, and now I'll do 2 more. So now we have a 3 double crochet cluster. I tricked you, we weren't doing 5 in this round. This is round 5. So far we've done 1 double crochet cluster, 2 double crochet, 3 cluster, and then a cluster of 4. Now, this is not a cluster of 5, but we are changing it up even more. So this is a 3 double crochet cluster of 3 double crochets here. Now how we changed it up is in between those. So you have a set of 4. So you're going to do 1, 2 in between the second and the third double crochet in that cluster. You're going to work 3 double crochets. Okay. You see what I did there? Is I skipped 2 double crochets. I didn't skip a whole cluster. I went in between that cluster. So we have 2 double crochets over here. Now 2 double crochets over here. And then in between these clusters is where I'm going to do my next set of 3. I do a set of 3 double crochets every 2 double crochet, okay? So now I don't really care that these are clusters. I'm just going to go 1, 2, go in between there, do a set of 3. Okay, we'll still have clusters here. There'll be a set of 3 double crochets in each cluster, but each cluster is in between 2 double crochets. You'll alternate. One, you'll go in between the clusters, like this one, and then the next set you'll do right in the middle of the clusters. And so then what it looks like, I'll take a pause after this one. What it looks like is that round 4, instead of having 4 double crochets per cluster, it looks like there's only 2 per cluster because of the way we're split like that. So we're going to continue on all the way around like that. In the end, instead of having 12 clusters, we will have 24, right? Because we've doubled them. Okay, at the end of the round, of course, we're going to slip stitch to the top there, and then fasten off with our lovely purple, whatever color you're using. And then you're going to pick a spot where you're going to attach your last color, color 6, or color E, whatever accounting method is. Okay, I'm using Snow, my white color. We're going to attach it like we have been. I'm just going to attach with the slip stitch. We're changing things up this round. We're not doing a chain 3. So I just attached this with a slip stitch, and now we're going to make our square. Round 6 is where things get a little bit funky. We are going to turn our circle into a square. Say what? Yes, we're going to turn our circle into a square. We are going to still work in clusters, but for this round, each of our clusters is going to be a little bit different. They're going to be sets of 3. but the type of stitches that's going to change is going to change. Okay. So in this, where I attached my yarn, I'm going to make a single crochet. You could just work a standing single crochet there if you'd wanted to. And we're going to do a set of 3 single crochets. So we're starting with a set of 3 single crochets in between that cluster. And then in the next one, we are going to do 3 half double crochets. Still a set of 3. These ones are half double crochets. And then in the next cluster, we're going to do 3 double crochet stitches. So we've done single, half double, double. And then in the next cluster, we're going up to a treble. I'm sure you've figured out by now that I'm using US terms here. US terms, I'm doing 3 treble crochets. Okay, we're not getting any larger than that, but here's where we're turning our corner. Okay, our circle doesn't have any corners, but now we're making it into a square with corners. So I'm going to chain 1, and in that same cluster, in that same space where I did the treble crochets, I'm going to work 3 treble crochets again. And we're going to work opposite of what we just worked. So we went from smallest to biggest. Now we're going to go biggest to smallest. So 3 treble crochets. Then the next cluster, 3 doubles. Then in the next space, 3 half doubles. And then the next 3 singles. Okay, so now let's take a little look. We've made our corner here. Now we're going to just repeat that. Well, I'd made a mistake. That single crochet is the beginning of the repeat. So we've done our 3 single crochets, and now we're going to do 3 half double crochets. Okay, then we're going to do 3 double crochets. And then 3 treble crochets. Okay, and we're going to turn the corner by chaining 1 and do 3 treble crochets in that same space. Okay, so I'm working in that same space. Oops. Okay, we're turning corners here. Then we're going to work backwards and do, not twice, we're going to do a double crochet cluster here. Half double crochet clusters in the next one. And then repeat. Single clusters, half double clusters, and double crochet clusters, and treble crochet cluster. We turned our corner with our chain 1, and now we're doing 3 treble crochets in that same space yet again. We've Got 3 corners, people. Okay, now 3 double crochets in the next space. Three half doubles in the next. And then 3 singles in the next. So we're repeating. This is our last repeat for our last corner. Beginning of our repeat are those single crochet stitches. Half double crochet cluster in the next. Double crochet cluster in the next. Treble crochet cluster in the next. This is our corner, so we're working 3 trebles. And then we work a chain and 3 more trebles. Then, what happened? I made a mistake somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I made a mistake somewhere. Ah! Right here I made the mistake. Ah! Oh no. I did not go through here. Maybe you noticed that, but I did not add a cluster here. So I'm behind a cluster. So this is looking a little bit wonky. Shoot. Okay, we're just gonna go with it. Oh man. Okay, so this one we're doing double crochet clusters, and then I'm going to make something up. Okay, I need to add a stitch somewhere. Okay, because in the last cluster, which I'm just going to say is right here, this is going to look a little wonky. We're going to do our half double crochet. Oops. This may seem unprofessional to you, and that's kind of who I am, a little bit unprofessional. I'm a stay-at-home mama who doesn't have time to recreate this video. Okay, and then we're going to slip stitch to the top, or to that first single crochet. Okay, so just pretend that that looks right, even though it doesn't. Okay, we're just using our imaginations here. It doesn't look too bad, just not perfect. Okay, so we are done with our turning our circle into a square. Look at that. We've turned our circle into a square, and now we can just continue on with our square, making this into a granny square. I'm doing a granny square pillow, if you remember. So I will show you how to make, do like the granny square stitch, and then you're just going to repeat this around and around and around to finish your pillow. Okay, so what we're going to do is chain 3, and we're still going to work in between the clusters. We chain 3, we're going to work in between the clusters. So in between the single crochet cluster and the half double crochet cluster we just made, remember mine is a little bit wonky here, we're going to work 2 more double crochets. So we're working in our set of 3 double crochet clusters here. And then we're going to go into in between the next space and do 3 double crochets. And then 3 double crochets in the next space. So now we're just working in double crochets, 3 per space. If you've made granny squares in the past, a lot of times granny squares are made with 3 double crochets and a chain 1. I'm just using 3 double crochets here to make a little tighter pillow so that we don't have so many holes in the pillow cover. Okay, here we have our corner. So we're going to do it in a similar fashion where we do 3 double crochets. And then chain 1. 3 double crochets. Again in that same space. Okay, so our corner was very similar to our treble crochet corner. We're just using double crochet. In that chain 1 space, we do 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, and then continue working this side with 3 double crochets in the space between the clusters. Okay, continue working that all the way around. 3 double crochets per space, and then in each corner we do 3 doubles, chain 1, 3 doubles, all in that same chain 1 space in the corner. And then this is how we work all the rest of the rounds. If you're following my rainbow hoe pillow, where we're going to do another set of rainbow, you would just fasten your colors off like we did before, but the stitches are all the same. At the end of round 7, you will slip stitch to your top of your chain 3 and then begin again. Repeat round 7 until you're finished with your pillow pattern or until your square is big enough to do whatever you want with it. So to chain 3, and then in between that first cluster there, we're just going to do another double crochet cluster and continue around. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you learned something. I can't wait to see what you make. I'm excited. Please share pictures with me on Instagram or Facebook or wherever. Just tag me at Juniper and Oaks. If you've made the rainbow hoe pillow and you're wondering how to seam it, I have a video tutorial on how to seam the rainbow hoe pillow and how to add tassels to it. So click here to watch. And then this video is also part of the playlist for the pillow pattern as a whole. Please go ahead and like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the little bell so you're notified the next time another bell comes out. Please comment below with what you made, what your colors were, and what should I make next? I would love to know what you think. Okay guys, thank you so much. Bye.